Hello and welcome to our Midday News in Brief. I am Fariza Hanif. Thank you for joining us. So, here are some of the stories that we are tracking today. We're actually starting off with some really sad news. This morning, an early morning fire resulted in the deaths of three people, a father and two of his young children. The fire occurred at Drysdale Street, Charleston, Georgetown, and those dead have been identified as Michael Richards and his two children, 6-year-old Samaya Richards and 4-year-old Supreme Richards. Reports are that the fire started at around 6 hours 45, and the fire service said that when they received the call, they were told that persons were reportedly trapped in the building, but despite their efforts, they could not get the family out of the building. The apartment building, the father and his two children, they resided in the lower flat. Moving on, we will tell you today that the government is also expected to roll out $1.8 billion in support for small businesses. This was revealed on Wednesday, actually, Thursday, by the Vice President, Dr. Barry Jagdeo. And he says this money is going to come from a renewed SLET program and the Small Business Bureau grant that's being issued by the Ministry of Tourism, Industry, and Commerce. There are about 700 to 800 outstanding applicants there are people who applied for these grants, but they have not been granted permission to receive the grants as yet. So the vice president said that this will be sorted out in the coming weeks. Each person will benefit from some amount of the grant funding, and small grants will be issued to businesses in Region 4, but it will also be rolled out to other regions. So you can listen to our newscast this evening for more information on that story. We also tell you that the U.S. ambassador to Ghana, Sarah Ann Lynch, her tenure is coming to an end. And last night, the U.S. Embassy hosted a celebration to commemorate the U.S.'s 247th independence anniversary. And at that event, which was held at the Ghana Marriott Hotel, the ambassador actually commended Ghana for its massive transformation and pledged the U.S. continued support to this country. She actually reflected on some of the programs that Ghana and the U.S. collaborated on. And this year alone, a number of new projects were rolled out by the U.S. Embassy in collaboration with the Ghana government. And some of these include the Gas to Energy project. Ambassador Lynch also reflected and highlighted that Ghana has seen an increased presence in U.S. companies here. Also, another story that we're tracking is that the U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, will travel to Guyana on July 6th. He will meet with President Dr. Irfan Ali, the Foreign Minister Hugh Todd, and other members of cabinet. And according to a press release issued by the U.S. Embassy here, the U.S. Secretary of State will discuss priority bilateral issues, including food security, energy security, the decarbonization and climate resilience, along with regional migration and building local capacity. I should note also that this is the second Secretary of State to visit Ghana since President Dr. Irfan Ali took office in August 2020. And those are just some of the major stories we are tracking. GCOM is also expected to host a press conference at 2 p.m. today, so you will get an update on what GCOM will tell us at our 5 p.m. briefing. And also more of these stories can be found on our website, newsroom.gy. Join us again at 5 p.m. I'm Fariza Hanif. Thank you for joining me.